How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Big Six Game Week 3 preview about to commence. Before it does, people, there's a debut on the channel tonight. Big up Eunice in place for Matisse. What are you saying, Eunice?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me on, lads. It's going to be fun.
Come on, man. It should have happened a while ago, but it's happening now. So big up Eunice as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to Eunice's channel. It is in the description below. It doesn't need much love from us because he's doing his thing over there. But if you're not following him, make sure you do, people, because there's more content to come. We were just talking about it off air before we went live. And as always, HUGH, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, THUGGEry, the official channel. It's all there in the description, people. Go over there, subscribe. You don't have to leave the page. Hit the like button while you're at it. There's already 1.5k here. Let's get up to 1,000 real early and then 2,000 by the time the stream ends. Record numbers last time out. I want to say big up everyone that watched last time out. It's nearly hitting 100k already. It is a mad start to the season. So big up all the supporters out there of the Big Six. Love for the love. That's why I say it, people. And Super Chat's already coming. Let me just save that to the side, man. Let me just save that to the side. All right, people. Where are we going to start? There's only one fixture to start with, United, Liverpool. But I think United and Casemiro take the headlines at this moment in time. SAEED, a broken man on Monday, smiling today.
Listen, the smile is temporary, man. The smile is temporary, but you know what I mean? The main aim, everyone knows, in it, like glazes out. But I think this Casemiro deal, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm happy in it with this deal. I know there's a lot of people out there that have got their opinions, but listen, this is a proven guy. This is a guy who, for me, top 3 in this position, I think, for me, in world football. It's a proven winner. You know what I mean? The mentality he's going to bring to this squad is going to be, I think it's just, there's not a question. And I think, you know what? Was he the plan? I don't think so. But I think Ten Hag's looked at it and I think, you know what? He can't trust a lot of these players in his team. He can't. And he's thinking to himself, you know what, Ten Hag, you've gone to Italy, you've gone to Spain. You can't get deals done. You're just going on a holiday. You know what? Go and appease him with money. And that's what, you know, has kind of tempted. Because is he coming in to win the trophies? Who knows it? I don't know what Ten Hag can do, you know what I mean? But right now, he's looked at that. And for me as a fan, like I said, money's money. Money's going to go somewhere. If it's going to go to Casemiro, it's going to improve our midfield. I'm taking it all day, mate. You know, I don't think there's any risk involved in this one. People can talk about his age, you know what I mean? But he's just turned 30. It's not as if he's 35 where people are talking about, bloody hell, just chill out, man. All these ages, man, just chill out. You know what I mean? I never knew a player could be past it by 30. But all of a sudden, when it comes to Man United, you know what I mean? It's almost past it. You know, I remember Fernandinho still kicking at about 32, 33, you know what I mean? Until Rodri came in and then Rodri made his assemble. So, again, like I said, you know, top 2 in his position. I think he's still world class. I still think he can do it in the Premier League. You know, he's done it on the Champions League stage. And I think we need that 6 in there, that hold one, that we don't have to, the manager doesn't have to micromanage him. He can be in there. We could have 2 8s operating. It just gives him a different balance in there. And I think Ten Hag's looked at that and thought, I need 2 8s pushing up further forward so that I can press higher up the pitch. I generally think he's thinking, you know what? I've had to tactically change this team now. Get a holding 6, protect the back 4, obviously. We're leaking in goals. And it's just, for me, it's a wise move from Ten Hag. He's assessed his options and he's gone in for Casemiro. Like I said, I get, you know, maybe people might think, you know what, has he got maybe the same hunger? We could discuss that. But in terms of ability, I'm sorry, man, I'm not hearing that he's past his best or whatnot. You see it in the Champions League, Liverpool. Go watch that game against Liverpool, and you tell me he's past his best. So I'm happy with it, man. Like I said, I'm excited by Casemiro, 100%.
I think you're spot on, and you're spot on with everything you said. That he's
pretty spot on. He's actually.
100%.
I want to go in for him, but my
I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to go in. But I want to ask: do you think it's an actual player Ten Hag asked for, or is it just another stunt from the Glazers to try and get the fans on side with all the protests? We've seen this so many times over the years, and we know Casemiro. He's just chasing the bag, and I can understand that. At his age, he's thinking, "Let me get a fat payday before I retire, secure the bag, and live my life." Do you think it's a Ten Hag proposal or a Glazer proposal?
I think it's a bit of both. I think 2 things can be true. I think the Glazers obviously panicking now with the unrest, and I think I have to note as well, there's a strong. You have to reinstate this. It's still Glazers out. We're still not going to be like, you know what, we're happy when they sign this player. I have to reiterate that before people start coming for me saying, "Oh, I'm happy with the signing, I forgot everything." But I do think that Ten Hag has looked at it and reevaluated his thinking of certain players, and he's maybe letting his ego aside that he can improve players. I think, you know what? Like, this is someone that I think he knows he can get the best out for the next 2 or 3 years. He knows he's ready-made and he can get the best out of him. And he knows he's going to deliver, you know, and he can trust that person. And he's seen him on a Champions League stage. So I think, you know, it's a bit of both. I think two things can be right, man.
I think with this one, it's obvious Casemiro's quality player. Like, I don't think I think even the most staunch of Man United Glazer hater or whatever would happily accept the signing. So I get why you're excited, but I just wanted to ask a question around the fees, because I'm just looking at this now and I'm like, this club, like, it's just very, very, very messy. Like, if you knew that you're willing to pay this kind of money for Casemiro, why have you waited until this point in the season to do it? And if you had this money ready to spend on a player, do you feel like maybe potentially, even though you may not be getting a player who's on Casemiro's level, you could have spent this money on a player who can give you more years than Casemiro can give you? Because Casemiro is coming in for Casemiro, I get it. He's coming in for the here and now. But when you put a player like Casemiro on massive wages, who's been there and won it all at Real Madrid, if he's coming for the money, there may be that slight doubt that he will give 100% in all of his performances for Man United. No slight against the player. Just
apparently he's getting $290K a week, which, you know what I mean, in this Premier League day and age, I think isn't, you know, kind of most I've seen. Like, there's still people getting $350K a week. My thing is, with Casemiro, we would have said we need a Casemiro type player. All of a sudden, we've got Casemiro and he's there. Why don't you go and get him rather than kind of like molding a player like with Casemiro? In this day and age now as well, with people, you know, with the fees going up and whatnot, and our negotiation skills, I don't trust our negotiation skills, but I can trust the club throwing money at it. That's the only thing you can trust. It's a sad thing, and it shouldn't happen, because we should be able to navigate a way around that. Man City have proven it. If they don't do it, they go find another way, and that's why their transfer system is good, and that's why ours isn't. So for me, like I said, I think with this Casemiro, we were looking for a Casemiro player. We've got one now in him. So why don't we just go and get him? So,
fair enough. I've got another question though. With Casemiro as well, do you fear that there could be that savior complex that we've seen so many times at Man United with a midfielder? And I say this because it happened with Paul Pogba. Whenever a midfielder who is clear of the other options comes into this team, he's basically the onus is on him to pretty much do everything. And I sort of worry for Casemiro in that respect, where I'm looking at the damage to your midfield, and I'm like, Casemiro is elite, but him alone is not enough to fix that midfield. So
no, 100%. We need more. We need more, bro.
And that's why I'm asking. Like, are you fearful of this savior complex where they sign him and they're like, oh yeah, that's our midfield sorted. We'll play him with Fred for the season? Because I feel like whether it's Casemiro, whether it's whoever you sign, there needs to be 2 more midfielders to come into that team.
100%. I think, you know what, you're right, man. We need 1 more midfielder anyway. So this is not going to be this kind of like the savior in a sense. Like, it's not going to be the savior. But for me, I just feel like that 6th role, maybe he's trying to change the system. Maybe he's trying to look at it from a sense of, you know what, if I can get 1 holding 6 and then have 2 8s, maybe he's trying to do that, and maybe have Eriksen, Donny. Maybe he's trying to change the system. That's the only way I can think of it. If he only brings Casemiro in, I still think we need another one in there personally, because you just never know in this Premier League, and we need numbers and we need quality. But I think he's just trying to make sure he can have 1 6 and play the Ajax system where he had Sconey, he had I think it was De Jong, and then Donny van de Beek further forward. So I just feel like for me, we need a bit of everything really, man. So it's the 6 we needed, and I'm just happy with that, 100%. By the way, that's what my TV is. My TV is not on.
Not mine.
Not mine either. No.
Definitely not mine. Who is it then?
Who the hell is that sending me super chat?
You
need to chill out. They need to chill out. Yeah. You need to chill out with those super chats. Fucking
but you are the only one who watches yourself.
What are you talking about?
You watch yourself. From the last time you was watching yourself on TV.
Watching myself on TV. You're funny. You're funny.
You wasn't watching yourself in the golf.
I was not watching myself on TV, bro.
Okay, no problem. But listen,
But Grizz, you need to speak up, Grizz, man, because I see you tweeting it. So
no. I'm not gonna lie. You've smashed it there, bro, because you saw that tweet and you came prepared. So I can't even lie to you.
I didn't even.
No, you saw that tweet.
What did the tweet say?
No, I said. So what? So hold on, man.
It's your tweet.
Hold on, man. I don't even remember what I say half the fucking time.
Yeah, no.
So I just said something around this lines of wild. This is a wild. Casemiro to United is wild, leaving the greatest club side in the world to an absolute shit show for just money, and no one can tell me otherwise with a straight face. But he's one of the greatest DMs of recent times, and probably still is in top 3 DMs of world football. I think it's. I'm with SAEED. I'm not going to lie. He's the way he's explained it in terms of look. They're on Glazers out rampage right now, yeah? So you're all about Glazers wasting their money, wasting their clouding, trying to cloud the fans, trying to appease the fans by just throwing their money willy-nilly, no structure or anything. Why not, in that case, if you're already going to do that, why not go and spend it on one of the best DMs in world football? So if you're going to spend your money, money.
This is one of the best DMs in world football, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm agreeing with you. So that's why I'm agreeing with you, saying this is what you're doing. So if they've got no structure right now, they've got no plan going forward. They're going from Frankie de Jong being his ideal playmaker, stroke signing, to something completely different in Casemiro. Because if anyone thinks Casemiro and Frankie de Jong are in any way similar to playing style and what they're going to bring to Man United, I don't see it. And that's why I think Hughie asked, is this a Ten Hag signing? You know, this is one of those. It makes no sense, but this is Man United for you. But I agree with you. If you're going to spend money down,
I think this makes more sense than the Frankie signing, because
it does. But what I mean,
they wanted to play Frankie at 6.
Hear me out.
Sorry.
The reason why I said that the contrast from player to player don't make sense. The strategy from Frankie de Jong to Casemiro don't make sense. And also, it makes you think and beg the question: if this is Frankie de Jong signing, how did he want Ten Hag? If he wanted Frankie de Jong at the base of his 6, and it's so apparent he did, he's going from Frankie de Jong to Casemiro, who, and I've just said to you, he's one of the best midfielders in world football for me. Still is, TOBS. I agree with you. He's not washed up, nothing. Yeah, SAEED as well.
That's why I said.
But he's totally different from Frankie de Jong. He ain't collecting the ball off the back too. You know, he don't like doing that.
I don't get. Let me look. Can I just explain before you go in, Toby? I think that's why I said he's analysed the start of the season and he's assessed the players. I think for me, I'd probably want that more rather than maybe go and get De Jong. Maybe it's assessed that and thought, you know what, we need actually 6. You know, we need a player who is in that anchor role that can sweep across, give us that bite. If I've looked at a manager and he's reacted to the situation and he's started, you know what, we've got 2 weeks left of the transfer window, let's go and get this. I'd rather do that than leaking the goals. Our defense it can't be protected. I'd rather do that than wait around for De Jong. If you know what I mean, like there's no point waiting around for De Jong and then not get anything at all. I know Casemiro's coming in, and then it's shored up the defense. You have a bit of bite in there. We then add balance. We then get the best out of Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes. I'd rather have that than wait around for De Jong and do nothing. So that's just kind of like back to your question.
YOUNES.
For me, it just reeks of a panic buy. It just seems like deja vu from last summer when the protests were going on and you all had your bed sheets out saying Glazers out and all that kind of thing. You went and bought Varane, you went and bought Ronaldo, and the Glazers bought time. There's 2 weeks left of the transfer window. You've been left with your trousers around your ankles in terms of Frankie de Jong. So they panicked and they said, let's throw some money at it again and see can we get a big name in and buy ourselves more time. It's just what it stinks of to me. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to deny it.
It's definitely take nothing away from the caliber player, but it is a panic buy.
How can it be a panic buy though? Tell me.
Because what do you mean? How can it be a panic buy? We're halfway through August. You've known you've needed midfielders all summer. Yeah, you've been piped both games back to back. Frankie, for the umpteenth time, has rejected you. It's a panic buy.
No, it's not a panic buy though. He's looked at the market. If it was strategic and he's reacted to it, it's not a case of, you know what, it's not like an Arnautovic. That is a panic buy, Arnautovic. Casemiro.
No. Arnautovic, you only think Arnautovic is a panic buy because Arnautovic fundamentally is not good enough for Man United. It doesn't matter.
No, 100% not. Because it comes out of nowhere.
So no, but
Comes
what's
out
the
of
difference? What's the difference? But no, I'm saying what's the difference between Casemiro and Arnautovic? They were both players that you did not target in the summer. They're both players that you could have signed at the start of the summer. They're both players that you've had 2 months to look at and to target and identify. The fact that you're signing them at this point of the season, after all the other targets, the few other targets you wanted to go for, it's a panic buy, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
I disagree.
It's a panic buy.
I genuinely don't, man. Because at the end of the day, the manager's looked at it, he's assessed it. One option hasn't come in. He's looking at the De Jong situation, and he's looked at the situation now. He's looking at the time, thinking, you know what? How can I assess my options? And he's gone in with Casemiro as an available. It's not as if he's just gone for a random player. He's actually assessed what we needed. It's not just going to say, you know what?
I don't think you're getting what we're saying. I don't think you're getting what we're saying, bro. I don't think you're getting what we're saying, bro. Like, I know he's gone for Casemiro, but you've literally gone to Real Madrid and said, "Here, we're gonna throw you 60 million. We're gonna throw him double, triple wages. Let's do what we can to try and bring him." It's a panic buy, bro. You're doing everything you can.
Matisse, man. Go on, Younes. No,
I was going to say, I'll tell you. Do you think United would have actually even gone in for him in the first place if the hostility at Man United is the way it is now? I think if you've spent that long on De Jong and you haven't moved, I'm to be honest, Casemiro is a really, really good acquisition. Yeah. And that's probably someone you should have gone after quite some time ago. Do you spend that much money originally? But the fact that there was so much time wasted, the way that United are running now, the poor form, the hostility, the fans, the backlash, I think the Glazers have just gone, all right, yeah, you know what, screw it. And I think for Man United, and I know, tell me, SAEED, do you think Man United fans, I'd like to think not the majority, but there'll be a good portion that will probably step off the gas now a little bit and go, okay, you know what? We'll wait and see what the Glazers do. Maybe they've actually begun to change. Maybe they've actually started to do things. I don't think they are, but this might buy them some time. And I think that's the original intention. Although Casemiro might help you, but I agree with TOBS. I don't think he's going to be the only one you should get. If you just get Casemiro and that's it, you're not out of the woods. No way.
No, 100% not. I think we need more. Like I said, I think more is come on to Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag has pressed this Casemiro deal. I really do, because he's looked at it and assessed it and thought, you know what, go and get me what I need now.
Brother,
do what it takes.
Brother, I agree with you, but I think he's looked at the situation and panicked. This is what Toby's trying to say. He's looked at the situation and said, okay, you can't deliver me Frankie De Jong. I'll tell you why. You're nodding your head, but tell me, are you getting Frankie De Jong and Casemiro?
No, I don't. I think.
Right. Okay. Hold on. No,
we'll see.
You said no, right? So that just suggests to me, like you said, you've gone to the last, how many days people left? 10 days left or something? The transfer window? Something like that.
10 days, yeah, 10.
Right, 10 days left. It's been relayed to him, most probably, look, Frankie De Jong, we tried our best or whatever, we're not happening. Even though it don't make sense, because those deferred wages that you're refusing to pay Frankie De Jong now doesn't make sense, because you're throwing double the money, double the bag, double the wages at Casemiro. You could have easily thrown that money at Frankie.
I know what you mean, though. Go on.
You could have thrown that money at Frankie De Jong, who was his quite clearly first choice target. For whatever reason, whether Frankie De Jong didn't want to come, like Toby's been saying, or
he wants Champions League football, isn't it?
Or you don't want to pay deferred wages. I think he didn't want to come now. It's very reasonable to suggest that now, SAEED. I know you've been.
The only thing is with Frankie De Jong, why I think it's not similar is because that's so complicated in a sense where he's still waiting for his wages to come through, and he won't budge until that's sorted. I think that's
SAEED, I tell you why it does make sense, because if you want him that bad, you pay those wages wherever they are, because other clubs are willing to. By the sounds of it, Chelsea are willing to do whatever they got to do to get in. There you go. So therefore, from him going to Casemiro, from my side, doesn't make sense from Erik ten Hag's footballing philosophy, makes sense wise, because Casemiro and Frankie De Jong don't make sense to me. But in terms of, again, just like I was speaking about Koulibaly and Chelsea, in isolation is a magnificent player. So there's two things to equate here. I don't know if he's the right signing for you guys, because it could be another line of Cavani, Ibrahimovic, all these players that have come for a payday, man. How many has been? Sanchez, so many 30+ players that have come in for a massive last contract, and they all seem to choose Man United.
Listen, I think that again, like I said, I think with the Casemiro situation, I can only speak as a United fan. Everyone has got their own opinion, but I look at it and I think it's a short signing. I think it's what the manager wants. And I think he'll do well because he's proven. And also, everybody knows his reliable quality. What I don't like is people saying that someone turns dead after 30 and all of a sudden 30 is old now. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I don't get as well. The amount of people that are coming out and saying he's 30 and he's old and this and that, man. Nah,
you know
man.
what I think it is?
You can have your best years after 30.
Facts.
Listen,
I'm with you on that one, Saeed.
There's people calling him old, yeah, and listen, we know footballers can their prime can run into early 30s as well. But I think what it is with Casemiro is Ten Hag's come in, yeah, and with Man United, it's meant to be some like, you know, makeover. It's meant to be some fresh approach. It's meant to be like a revolution.
10 players in, 10 players out.
Yeah. And in the end, it's feeling very similar to past windows because when you signed Falcao, I was worried. When you signed Zlatan, I was worried. Pogba, I was worried. Di Maria, and so on. Casemiro is a player of that ilk. Yeah, he's a quality player.
The list is endless.
Just thinks of the same old approach from United. And you mentioned that for the next 2-3 years, he's got it in him. And I agree with that, yeah. But for the next 2-3 years, what are Man United's aims? I thought it was to renovate the squad and give it a new lease of life. And a 30-year-old Casemiro who will be 33 in the next 3 years, it doesn't really like worry people. That's the feeling I get from it.
But so I tell you what, I'm backing Saeed's thinking though, and again, I'm backing it, but it's a sign of desperation. I'm sorry, my brother, because what he's saying is, look, there's spunking money. There is no recruitment. There's no strategy in place. If while we're doing that, while we're trying to sort that out long term, we might as well go and pick up one of the best.
He doesn't want to suffer, Ten Hag, you know. Like, people are thinking that Ten Hag would want to suffer as well. He wants to know if there's his way of doing things and can he do things differently. He's thinking, I'm not going to suffer. You're not going to ruin my reputation by bringing some dead ballers and whatnot. You bring me this player, or we're going to have to do something differently. So I look at it, and Ten Hag has said, you know what? Because your recruitment is so bad and the way the football was run so bad, I'm going to give you specific targets. And that's how the whole summer has gone. Let's be real. That's how the whole summer's gone. So,
let me get the super chats in because we've got a fair few on this subject, and then we'll move on to United, Liverpool on Monday night. Let me look at what Dan's saying. He's younger than De Bruyne, Koulibaly, and Aubameyang, by the way. I don't want to hear about age. HKN Music says the Casemiro money is supposed to be for De Jong. And he's got a couple more here that I might as well add into it as well. And
yeah, big up HKN Music, man.
Huh?
Big up HKN Music.
Oh, you
He's
know
Nigerian as well. Big up, bro. I can see the Naira currency.
Okay. I don't think this is a panic buy. I think Casemiro, right? HKN, they're coming in thick and fast, my guy.
Yeah, he's my guy, man. Big up, man.
Let me save them to the side. Love for the love, man. I don't think this is a panic buy. I think Casemiro isn't the first choice. De Jong was the priority signing. I think Ten Hag saw how the first 2 games played out and said, let's get Casemiro in. We are still going to get another midfielder in with Casemiro. De Jong's wages would have been higher than Casemiro. It's not about De Jong not wanting to come. And I know you've got a couple more in there. Here we are. United have always needed 2 midfielders. If we were a serious club, we would get Casemiro and De Jong. Oh, Saeed wants that, innit? Big up you, though, HKM Music, and big up everyone sending the super chats in. Big up everyone in the chat, 5.2K. Hit the like button. I don't think we've touched 1,000 yet, so make sure we do. Mike Dean admitted he was wrong on Romero. Thoughts? Well, we're touching on. Let me save that one to the side.
Did we not?
Let me save that one to the side. When we're talking about Tottenham, TOBS will mention it, if anything. HZ says, Chelsea fan here. What do you think about Pulisic or Ziyech, Saeed? Very underwhelming, in my opinion. Yeah, you're lucky the Casemiro came. We were going to talk about Pulisic first if it wasn't for that one.
It's a walking injury, man. Even Younes is smiling the thought of sales, but he's too playing. He's smiling. I can see him, man. Look at him smiling.
Mate, honestly, hey, give us the money. You can have both.
Bro, I gotta lie, but I'll wait for others, man.
Buy one, get one free, mate. I beg your money for both, you cheeky sod.
Hey, they're splashing that much on Casemiro, mate. I want to ask for.
Yeah, while every club's rinsing them, might as well, innit? Yeah,
might as well finish them off.
How much are you looking to charge as a loan fee for Pulisic?
Well, I read earlier on that Chelsea are not willing to entertain any loan to Man United for Pulisic at all. at all.
Rivals, yeah?
If we're getting rid of Pulisic or Ziyech,
but you don't want to send him to United. Sorry.
That, and apparently they're not even happy with a loan. Like if we're getting rid of them, we want money. So,
Okay, fair.
Big up Sophia, big support on the channel. I like Casemiro, she says, but is it really a Ten Hag signing? Our board does not have a proper plan. And Smiley says there'd be no savior complex. There's Eriksen already, and I trust there's a midfielder signed by deadline. And if not, Fred blends with C in Brazil.
Oh, God.
What's he saying?
I give up.
Clutching straws, man. They're clutching straws.
I give up.
Unbeaten together though, Fred and Casemiro. Man,
what's that?
I said they're unbeaten at international level. Fred and Casemiro.
Well, this ain't international, is it?
The hype is beginning. Look at it. Saeed's got stats ready.
This is the Premier League. We've seen Fred in this league.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad, though. I'm going to call him Casemiro by now. By the way, Casemiro, he's going to be. You know, he's so used to winning the ball back and then giving it to Kroos and Modric. You know, and then man, he's going to be giving.
He's going to give it to Fred.
Fred and McTominay. You know.
He's going to know what Pogba's been feeling all these years.
No. See, don't go there. Don't go there. No.
Why?
That's what, the Pogba.
Pogba was quality before going to United. Quality.
He was. Yeah. He was elite. He was arguably world class.
I'll wait for him to bring that class back to you. Then we talk.
Anthony.
And he showed. To be fair, he showed his quality in fleeting moments at United. That's the problem.
Fleeting moments.
Yeah. Dwayne says Casemiro, another superstar signing to go into Gary Neville's red zone. Madrid TV, he's not coming. Keep dreaming. Hashtag Casemiro stays the best central defensive mid in the world.
Oh, just saying, if this deal doesn't even happen, I swear.
Yeah, it's another one.
Because
there's some more United.
They'll use that same cash and throw that somewhere else. Then it'll be another Glazer situation.
As people are letting you know in the chat, you know, there's more breaking news. Turkish. I don't even know if you.
Yeah,
do you want to finish the thing?
I'm trying to get it now.
I've got it here, innit?
Yeah, go on, let's do it. Let me just park these off.
So David Ornstein,
the
original Tier 1 journal, has just said Man United have made an 80 million euro offer. 80 million euros.
What is wrong with this
hell?
What's wrong with this club?
For Anthony, the Ajax winger. Bid rejected. Anthony in the map is rejected.
What? No, SAEED.
It's rejected all wrong.
Listen, I can't speak for these guys, man.
Anthony, 80. You have 80 million euros to spend on your players. You're going for Anthony. Jesus,
bro.
Christ.
I don't know, man.
And they said no.
And they said no.
And they said
right.
it.
Wait, he was trust me, they would have sold for 50, 60 million euros a couple of weeks back. But they've seen Man United go in the market. They said, yeah, like what me and Eunice is trying to sell him Ziyech and Pulisic. It's a madness.
Ain't easy, man.
Ain't easy.
I don't trust the board, man. I don't trust any of them, man. You get me?
At this rate, side, I'm just sorry.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
sorry. Let me go back into the super chat. Is there a worry of Casemiro getting post-Fergie plague like all the others in the United team? That's what I mentioned.
Yeah.
He's not the first.
Always possibility.
Yeah, Saeed still optimistic of De Jong coming to United. He rejected you bums. Get over it. Let me just get these ones out the way. Blaze says, do you really think Casemiro will not get pressed like Eriksen did? Just because a player is good, it doesn't mean that he's good for any system. He's
definitely going to get pressed.
Say that again?
Oh, he's definitely going to get pressed for sure. But he's got his job in the team is to win the ball back, and that's the thing. And Casemiro's a top player, man. I do think that maybe there will be some games where he will struggle in this league, but for the most part, I think he'll do quite well for Man United.
Wonderful player. Love him.
Although he might, you got to watch out because this can happen, I think, with teams where levels drop, is where a top player comes in, the players around him aren't as good or nowhere near as good, and then they bring his level down.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, but this is what we're talking about. This is what happened to Di Maria, Alexis Sanchez.
Falcao. You know how cold Falcao was? Oh my God.
Yeah. All of these players, Cavani, how many? The list is endless, man. The list is endless of players.
That's why you need structure, man.
Yeah. They just come there and then they realize they turn around to see Shaw, Maguire, and these mans. You know what I mean?
Couple more here from HK, and he says, Saeed, these lot are haters. We are signing a world-class player. And he says, Ten Hag is different than any other manager we've had in the past. He has a certain style and system. We bought the players in the past just to buy them. Ten Hag will get the best out of these signings. Can't compare Ten Hag to Ole or even a past it Jose.
Yeah, that's one thing I think you have to stress as well. Now we've actually got a coach. I think Jose, I don't know whether we can call him a coach. Ole, certainly not a coach. Now we've actually got a coach. I think maybe we have to maybe look at it in a different way. And now, you know, that we can work on it to train as well. There's going to be different styles. So I think now you've got a system and coaching team. You know, maybe we'll be able to judge it a bit differently, but time will tell.
Yeah, big up HK and Music for the super chats. We got one more here from Anthony. Said, lads, he's a good player, but why hasn't anyone else gone in for him? Fergie wouldn't air these stories in public. United elite club, small mentality. Not for everyone. That's
to there?
Huh?
What players?
Casemiro. Or is it? Or maybe? Or he's not talking about Anthony.
No, he said Cass. He said Cass.
Casemiro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gone in for him because I don't think many expect Real Madrid to be willing to sell him. But
Yeah.
Even that Tobes, last year of his contract, 60 million and 400.
He's in his last year.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No,
This is my point. How can you say no to that?
Oh my days!
It's 290 grand a week.
That's made the price tag. That's made the price tag even worse. I'll be honest.
Okay, 60 million and 300 grand a week, and he's 30 plus.
That's nuts! I didn't know he was in his last year of his deal. You know?
Yeah, GRIZZ got funny.
Wow.
Bearing in mind,
I'm serious. I'm not funny. I'm serious.
bearing in mind, Real Madrid bought Tchouaméni. They got Camavinga coming through. There's a way of letting players like that go if the right money comes in. This is the right money coming in. No one else has done it, I think.
They've done the same with Varane. They had Militao.
No, but this is different again.
Alaba.
I think they're making a mistake selling him. To be honest,
Listen, we've heard all that before. We've heard all it's different before. It reeks a little bit like, and I like Casemiro, but it looks a little bit like after what Younes said. You're buying their dead wood. They're trying to get rid of it. You're paying way over.
I don't think he's dead wood. I can't lie to you.
Man, come on, man. That's not dead wood.
Casemiro
fans, if they're rather selling more.
It's not dead wood. It's not dead wood. But it's an offer you just can't refuse. One of those ones, make me an offer we can't refuse, and they fucking done it.
I'm just saying,
is actually paying for Casemiro.
I think they should keep him, to be honest, because it doesn't look like Real Madrid want to buy any more players this summer. I think they should keep him because I don't think there's any midfielder in their team who's as good as Casemiro at the role he does. Like, I think they should keep him personally.
Brother, they can play Alaba there and still fix it. They can.
Alaba's locked in at left centre back though.
Let me just finish in there.
By the way, he's got 3 years left for the contract. Let me correct you there.
He does, yeah, 2025. I've just seen.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. No problem.
But again, you just lost it to the people, innit?
Yeah. No problem. I tried it.
Yeah, you tried it. Yeah,
I tried it.
All right, cool. That's the super chats out the way for that topic. There is a few more that I'll get in after we talk about the United Liverpool fixture. Again, SAEED, you're the home team. You're the team with no points, so it's best to start with you before we move on to GRIZZ. But yeah, talk to me, man. Are you feeling optimistic? Is it more about this protest than it is about the game now?
Yeah. I think it is about the protest and also the message behind the game. I don't know. In terms of the actual game, like I said, I don't know what to expect, what the kind of team, how they react. You know what I mean? Do they go all gun blazing and then Liverpool catches off? You know what I mean? Even Ten Hag has got to, you know what I mean? He's got to assess this game wisely as well because the team, like I said, right now, they're hurt. Like I said, Liverpool haven't been playing great, but it doesn't take, a lot to beat this United team. It really, really doesn't, man. You just got to outrun them and outwork them. And you're halfway there. So that's what I think Klopp will be stressing. Just kind of rattle them as well. You know what I mean? Get in their faces. But in terms of this United team, I'm not confident at all, man. I actually don't know what result is, honestly. Like, I think maybe we might see a cautious approach from United. I really do. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards a draw, if I'm being honest with you. You know what I mean? I just don't see a win for United. I can't. We're not firing up front. Our attackers are not firing. Midfield's not firing. Defense is leaking in goals. So I generally, if I'm going to predict anything, just for the sake that we're at home, I'd say a draw because I'm just looking at this Liverpool team in midfield. They're not great. And that's where I kind of see it in that sense.
I would say a draw is optimistic as well.
I know it is, but I just feel like I'm only just saying it just for the sake of it. A draw, like, that's all it is. I'm not even kidding you, man. I'm just saying a draw just for the sake of it. Like, I could see Liverpool winning. I could see it, but I'm just saying a draw for the sake of it. I'm going for a 1-1, me.
Right, you've already gone in with your prediction.
Sorry?
No one asked you for a prediction. Yeah,
It
why
wasn't
you-
a prediction
sorry.
time, but yeah, don't worry, we'll get back to that.
Yeah, man, I can see a draw, man. I could see us losing as well, but at the same time, I could see possibly a draw. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect this team, man. They don't give you any hope, and that's the worst thing about United right now. There's no hope with this team. So,
Grizz?
but then again, Liverpool aren't pulling up really trees, are they? So, I don't know.
Grizz, I see you take a sip of your drink. I know you're
I had
ready
to.
speak. You're ready to talk.
Yeah, I was nervous this morning, and then Toby tried chatting to me on social medias. You understand? He said, "Don't go anywhere."
Yeah.
So I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, we're going there. We're gonna just
Let's
handle
go.
our business.
I wanna hear it.
We're gonna handle our business nicely. I was nervous just because it's fans, innit? That's what we are. We're creatures of. Sometimes we can get into this pessimistic mode, like when things don't go our way, like how we perceive our teams that we want to play, how we want to do. We disregard how coaches see their players, the injury situations. We don't give a shit about that sometimes. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones where we just think, nah, man, we got to win. We got to smash this because Man City are gonna, win every single game. That's the way we're built. So I'm no different. People might think I'm different, but I'm not. I'm no different. And I was a bit nervous because at the end of the day, it's Manchester United and the rivalry is there. But I can't see them beating us. I can't see it. Where we've got issues with the squad strength depth because of the injuries, but the 11 that we put on the pitch should be too much for them. And that's my hope. And that's my expectation as well. The 11 will still be strong. Our subs bench ain't where it should be. No Thiago, no Jota, no Konate, etc., etc. The list is quite long. But our 11 should be there. And the more I've thought about it today, as the days progressed, I told myself, calma, calma. So as I told myself, calma, calma, I realized, yeah, we're going to go there and handle our business. So, yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go to Old Trafford.
Can I just ask, Grizz? I asked you the same question last week before the Palace game, that if you didn't win that game, is it crisis mode? If you don't win this game, is it crisis mode? That's 3 without a win then.
If we lose?
Yeah.
Or
even to drop points, even a draw.
It's a tricky one.
That's 3 then.
Nah,
That's
it's tricky one. Yeah. But I'm still not calling it a crisis. You're not getting crisis out of my mouth. I know what a crisis is, brother. I've been supporting Liverpool.
That lot are in crisis. That lot, the man above you is in crisis.
Yeah, that's crisis. That's crisis.
Whatever starting 11 you field on Monday night, it
Yeah,
should
yeah,
be enough.
crisis.
And there
The
should
thing is,
be that fire in the belly. There really should be that fire in the belly to go out and beat them.
Hugh, do you know what it is? I'm a half glass full type of guy. That's the guy I am. Yeah, I hear you. The start has been atrocious from our standards, the standards that we've set us. But it's context. Fulham, I told you, look, remember I sat here and cussed the shit out of my team against Fulham. I said the attitude wasn't there, the desire wasn't there. Klopp made selection mistakes, in my opinion, again. But I can't criticize them for Palace too much. Apart from we didn't finish our chances, and Nunes made a debut like Joe Cole. Like Joe Cole levels of debut, man. You know what I mean? The hype was there. He fell under the pressure. And I'm not even blaming the centre-back. He done everything what a centre-back does in the Premier League. The guy's a beast, and he let him know he's a beast. And he bullied him. Roughed him up, and the guy fell for it. He done the same thing the week earlier to Gabriel Jesus, Turkish. That Anderson was doing the same thing against Gabriel Jesus, but Gabriel Jesus handled it. Experience. He knew not to react. That's the way he plays. And Nunes fucked our chances up of getting 3 points. But the performance was there. To play against this Palace side and still with 10 men for that second half and still have 70% and chances, I'm not about to give up on this team yet. I'm not. But there is issues. If I sit here, rose-tinted glass, and say there's no issues, everything's fine, no problem, then that's me being stupid and deluded. There is issues, but I'm not about to give up on this team because I know what they're about, man. Yes, sir.
So who's, from the injuries that you had midweek or at the start of the week and last week, who's available for this weekend now?
Brother, the crucial one, because we've got no striker, otherwise Bobby Firmino.
So is he fit?
So Bobby Firmino is fit now. He's trained today. So that's the big one because we needed him. And Joe Gomez is fit now, which we needed him because otherwise, do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Obviously Palace was disaster, like relatively speaking, because of dropped 2 points. But we had Milner, Phillips, and Nunes making his debut. And you know what I mean? So it's no excuse; it's a statement of fact.
Okay.
And the cause, and yeah.
I was going to ask another question because obviously the midfield, Thiago is still injured. I think Naby Keita is still injured.
No, he's good to go.
Oh, he's good to go. Okay, cool. So he's the one I wanted to speak about. I'm sure you've seen the news about him wanting to leave and he needs more game time and stuff. Is there any reality to him leaving Liverpool this summer?
No. So basically, he's unhappy. He's in his last year of contract. He needed these talks to happen earlier. It's the usual case. He's not totally convinced, or he doesn't believe if Klopp truly believes him and trusts in him. Because obviously sometimes he's left out of the big games. He's obviously played a lot of big games as well. So it's just about that. He doesn't want to leave Liverpool. I know that he doesn't want to leave Liverpool, and I think that it will be resolved in the end. It's just a bit of stalling. It was a bit of a hold up in the talks. There's no doubt about it. But eventually, I reckon he will definitely stay this window, but probably extend the sign as well. But there is a bit of an issue there because he wants a little bit more assurances. Like, come on, believe in me, innit?
But then my thing with him though is like he doesn't have the availability. Naby Keita isn't a bad player, but I don't think he has more credit. He has enough credit in the bank to.
That's the problem.
To command that faith from Liverpool because he's never fit.
That's the problem. But that's a little bit of a myth now because he played in 40 games last season, which was his best. Yeah. He appeared in 40
How many
games.
starts?
I'm not sure. People in the chat, there must be a Liverpool fan here and there, man.
Okay, fair.
But 40 appearances altogether, which is his best. And he was actually available for a lot of the time. Just like Oxlade-Chamberlain was available for a majority of last season as well, which is mad. And this season they've been hampered, with injuries. But Naby Keita seems to be over his injury niggles. And when he plays, he very rarely has a stinker anymore. Do you know what I mean? So it's a tricky one. The talent and the skills there. Just like last season, Old Trafford, if he plays like he did, he was the best player on the pitch last season.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Pogba had to take him out and get a red card for it. You know what I mean? He ran the show from start to end. So if he plays like that again on Monday, we should be good. But I'm torn, Tobes. If you're asking me what would I do, for example, with Naby Keita, I pretty much would give him a contract to protect his value. All right, and then next season, if we get a decent offer, I'm gonna be honest. I would move him on. People are telling me 21 starts, which is decent, very decent for him, and 19 appearances as substitute as well. So yeah, I'm a fan of his, but I'm with you. Like for me, availability, is massive, is huge. You've got to be available when the chips are down, when other people are getting injured. You've got to be ready to step in, and sometimes he's not ready to step in. It's frustrating.
He should probably use this period while there is a bit of a midfield injury crisis at Liverpool to try and earn credit in the bank, to try and solidify his place. I think you're right what you say. You would give him a new contract to protect his value, but you would say to him, if you want that credit in the bank and you want to become more of a regular option, use this period to do so, to prove yourself. I think it's a great opportunity for him.
Spot on. And the other thing is we're not willing to give him a massive, because when automatic assumption is when you get a renewal of a deal or you're looking for a new deal, you're looking to get more money. Every line of work, right? Every line of business. We ain't looking too favorably on that side, and that's kind of bugging him. But I personally believe it will get sorted.
What does he expect though? But yeah,
this is it, innit? But you know how it is. You try to.
Sometimes players don't look at themselves in the mirror and really they're just looking elsewhere and hearing money and figures. Right. They're doing the work for that now. Before we do predictions, there's 6.5k in the building. Whilst we're doing prediction, get the likes up to 2,000 people. Go and show Younes' channel some love. His debut on the Big Six tonight, as well as you, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, THUGGERY, the official channel, official website, the Fantasy Premier League pin. It's all in the description below, as well as the sponsors FM London. Not long to go on this deal, but 10% off all men's clothing. Use the link. Get whatever you want, from socks, boxers to tracksuits, hoodies, whatever. All men's items, 10%. Use the link below, people. Show some love to FM London. Prediction time, SAEED. You said 1-1. Are you sticking with that?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that.
All right, cool. GRIZZ?
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1. Tobes.
I'm going same as GRIZZ, 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1. You know what? To be honest, it's my fault, but I haven't got Matisse's predictions yet. So that's going to remain blank for now. If you follow us on social media, on Twitter and Instagram at The Big Six Show, when I post the predictions tomorrow morning, that will include Matisse's. But for now, Eunice, what do you think it's going to be?
Can I predict for Matisse?
I'm going to be real. I think 3-0 Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Liverpool season starts against United. I just think United, there's too many problems at United. I think Liverpool will eventually start kicking on. I think it'll probably start against United. I'm going 3-0.
3-0.
Turkish is going 3-1.
Yeah, but even that one I'm giving United, I'm thinking, do they have that in them?
Come on, man. This is rivalry, man. They got to raise it. They're not going to be as bad as they were against Brentford.
Surely not. Yeah, like they're going to lose, but come on, they got to lose with a little bit of dignity this time.
We'll go 3-1. That's dignity for them.
They don't know what dignity is. These players, man.
Surely.
No dignity. I'm on the same way with Eunice. I think 3-0. I was going to say 3-0 as well.
3-0 as well.
Liverpool.
Yeah, of course. 3-0 as well. Cool. Like I said, follow us on Big Six Show on Twitter and Insta. You'll see Matisse's predictions tomorrow. We have some super chats on that fixture as well. Let me just get them in. Not that one, this one. Abdullah says, this Man United manager could get sacked in no time because you don't rebuild a football club with world-class player fodder. More than their fan base doesn't have patience, he is going to fail. Trust me. K. Raz says, Man United are like irresponsible parents with kids on holiday. They know school opens in a few weeks and start panic buying oversized school uniforms because they're not organized. Missing says, so what? Louis van Gaal wasn't a good coach. He had all the structure and tools, but still couldn't change the rotten mentality. Also, Real know when the time is right. Ozil, Khedira, Di Maria, the list can go on. Big up Missing. It's been a little while, my guy. And Brilliant Madman says, if you need a right back with speed, defensive ability, versatility, pass accuracy, attack mind, it's simple, guys. Ask Trent to give you Reece James' phone number. Best right back, right wing back. Time to concede, GRIZZ. Any conceding to be done today?
Yeah. Best right wing back. You forgot a word in there. Best right wing back, Reece James, no doubt.
No doubt. All right, cool. All the predictions are in. I'm looking at the fixtures. And I'm going to say Leeds Chelsea stands out next for me. Eunice, link to De Jong and Aubameyang, if you want to touch on that and give us your thoughts. And then, on to thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I mean, with De Jong, it's all a little bit touch and go. I'm sure SAEED knows. He's been there longer than me. And us in relation to De Jong. It's a case of why, if he actually wants to stick around at Barca, why? Except I know there's the whole wage thing going on at the moment, but yeah, him just wanted to, if it actually happens where he takes a wage cut and goes, I want to stay at Barca after what they've tried to do to him, I don't understand it. So Chelsea are still trying to go for him. There is a chance. We know Chelsea are still pursuing. They want to give him everything that he wants. It's just a case of, is he going to accept? We'll wait and see. Aubameyang, though, and apologies to you, Turkish, on this one, but that looks like it's happening. So
I don't really mind, Eunice.
He rocks up the Emirates and bangs in a goal or two.
Listen, it doesn't get worse than Jesse Lingard dancing, yeah, because that was the muddiest of mud I've seen. So Aubameyang going to Chelsea, for me, I've seen Van Persie go to United, Sanchez go to United. It is what it is with Aubameyang. You know, at the end of the day, he won an FA Cup for us. He banged in goals for us. Do I think he's going to bang for you lot? No, but if he does, and we don't make top four and you do, then I've got a problem with it. But we got Jesus now, so I'm focused on Jesus more than I am on old news.
Fair. That's good. That's true. That's true. Jesus is banging it for you guys. And that makes you wonder exactly why not more clubs actually tried to go in for him. But for Aubameyang, look, with us, we have an issue, which is finish him. We have everything on the pitch now, it seems, and the players we're going after seems to be fantastic. This window right now has gone from what was hesitant at first to it's just all flooding in and we're not done. So with Aubameyang, look, we have Kai Havertz. There's Broja there as well. That's not enough. We need, in a market right now where there isn't a player out there that's 24, 25, 26 that you can splash money and go, yeah, he's going to come to Chelsea, he's going to smash it. We might need to buy some time. So Aubameyang apparently is going to be that guy. It's a case of 1 season, maybe 2, see where the market is in that time, and then possibly try and go for someone afterwards. So, look, yeah, Aubameyang to Chelsea. I think personally, in terms of the way that Tuchel plays, he's already been with him at Dortmund. I'm optimistic about it. I don't think he'd be the Aubameyang that Arsenal had at one time, but I think he'd be an upgrade on what we have. He's already adjusted to the league. He knows the Premier League. He's been here and done it. He's only spent about a year and a bit at Barcelona. So in terms of like coming back to England, I don't think that's going to faze him too much. And yeah, right now we need someone that can get the ball and finish, and Aubameyang can do that. So yeah, hopefully that happens, and we hopefully get the goals coming. But next is Leeds.
TOBS.
I don't get why Barcelona are selling Aubameyang. I mean, well, I get it. Money. They want as much money as possible because they're in a bit of a shit hole financially. But Javi's comments suggest that he wants to keep Aubameyang, and they've gone through all this work to sort of strengthen their attack all summer. But Memphis Depay his contract will be ripped up, and he's going to Juventus. Then they'll leave themselves short. Only one.
They said they were going to say one or the other, though.
One striker that, yeah, exactly my point. So they said that they would one or the other. So Javi's indicating that he wants to keep Aubameyang. They've said that they'll only get rid of one attacker. Is this Aubameyang deal actually going to happen? Is it going to happen?
The thing is, at the time, there was the whole thing about it possibly being just one player. But it was also said that don't be surprised if Barca actually decide to let both go eventually. And if that's going to be the case now, because personally, I didn't think it would happen. I thought it'd be one or the other. It seems like Depay and Juve are going on quite nicely. Aubameyang and Chelsea is what's gone down today. We know the struggle that Barca are in terms of their wage cap and their salaries and all of that. I think it's probably got to a case, if they're not letting De Jong go, for example, or they're trying to keep him or whatever happened in there, they probably need to let others go. And that's why I find it difficult to let both Aubameyang and De Jong go at the same time. We'll see if that happens, but for now, Aubameyang does look the most likely. So, yeah.
Fair. And then the other point I wanted to make was you said the player's name incorrectly. We don't call him Kai Havertz on this platform. We call him Shai Havertz. So just wanted to correct you, bro. Welcome to the show.
But you know, the Aubameyang deal is a strange one. Barcelona selling him for I think 30 million euros. I'm surprised Chelsea. I get his guarantee. Is it a bit less?
A bit less, yeah. 27 million euros, I think, somewhere there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think, to be fair, like I said, if Sterling can really get a partnership with Aubameyang, I think that could be a deadly partnership, honestly. Because then you've got a direct player, Aubameyang, who sniffs goals. It can be a good match. So, but then again, it leaves where does that Havertz play? Is he? I don't know. It'll be interesting where he kind of gravitates.
Compete, innit? He's got to compete, right? He'll be rotating with Aubameyang.
Yeah, he has. Or he shifts a little bit more to that right hand side, because Kai Havertz is a weird one, because we all see ability, we all know what he can do. Or I'm gonna call him Kai Havertz. I can't do my own like that. He got me a Champions League winner. With Havertz, it's hard to judge him, because even amongst our fan base now, Matisse will probably tell you the same thing. There's this like, we've given you enough time now. Like, can you, like, he gives everything. Like the game against Tottenham, he was fantastic, but his finishing, and that's the recurring theme. It's his finishing, and we're like, yo, if we're playing in the front line, you need goals. You need goals. So the pressure's on this year, and I think, like, yeah, if we were to get an Aubameyang or we get someone else in, he's gonna have to step up. He ain't got a choice. You're at Chelsea.
We talk to Matisse week in, week out on this channel, yeah? But I want to get a feeling from you about, listen, you're signing a hell of a lot of quality players, Koulibaly, Sterling, Aubameyang, potentially De Jong. Surely these players equate to fans hopeful of a title challenge, but Chelsea fans kind of put the brakes on when it comes to talk about targets this season. I don't know if the brakes are on for you, but you get what I mean. With this level of signing, you know, you'd expect to be there or thereabouts, but what's your thoughts?
No, I think for this season, there's there isn't that much expectation because of what the whole club's gone through. I mean, we went through a sanction, and then we went through a sale, and then we've gone through personnel changes, and now it's a new owner who's new to football, and we're still yet to get a director of football, which is coming. Michael Edwards not looking like it's going to be him at the moment, but we'll wait and see. GRIZZ would know, obviously, because he used to be Liverpool DOF. But it's a case of, look, we're getting all these players in that we've been stressing we need to get in because the team needed surgery. It's a case of now, look, we want to bridge the gap in terms of to Liverpool and to City. We want to try and close that. We can't be going, okay, look, it's just like FIFA. We're going to start getting all these players and we're going to win the title. That's not how it works. But allowing them the time for a season to be able to gel, to be able to, get to really understand how things are, get to up their levels a little bit, settle in, hopefully get a director of football. Next season is where all of us are going, yeah, look, we now need a title challenge. So for this season, I'd be lying if I said I'd just be happy with top four. I wouldn't be. I'd want to close the gap to Liverpool and City. I'd want to try and get as close as we can to. We were a good 10 points or so behind last season. We got to try and close that. Whether that's to 5 or 4 or somewhere there, that's cool. But next season is where we're going. Look, with all this quality, we need to fight for the title. It's been too long. We want to go for the title. So. Yeah, the expectation is low now, but going into next season, it's going to be high.
Can I just say, objectively, I understand what you're saying, but I also think the expectation should be higher with the level of quality you do now have in your squad. When you add in players like Koulibaly and Sterling, seasoned, established players who have challenged for titles in the regular for years and years now, and you can bring in a clinical finisher in Aubameyang, 17 league games last season for Barca, 11 goals, pretty good return. What SAEED says, if he can form a link with Sterling, it could become pretty formidable. And I think the expectation has to be slightly higher than we're just brushing over this season and waiting to kick on next season. And I'm just speaking objectively on that. I don't know what you think.
Oh, yeah. No. I hear you completely. And this is why I'm saying it's important. I think the target is to try and close that gap. If we don't close that gap, fans will be angry. I think that's it. I just think the expectation is now, because we know the time it's taken for City and Liverpool to get to where they are has gone over years. And I think to just go, okay, we're going to get signings in, boom, now we're there, isn't going to happen realistically. But the talent, as you said, and the quality is there. So for us to try and use that, which is a huge upgrade on what we've had, should push us up to a level where we are getting a lot closer to where we were. And then from next season, there's no excuse. That's what I'm saying. So from next season, it's a case from day one, we are fighting for the title. Done. We're in the title race. I'd like to think that's where we're going to be. On top of that, the cup competitions, whether it's the FA Cup, I mean, the FA Cup's been a mockery to us. We've been 3 consecutive finals and lost all of them. Like, that needs to change this season as far as I'm concerned, because that's taking the piss. The Champions League, I'd like to think we can try and push now into, again, to try and reach the semi-final, the final. That's the expectation, whereas next season, I think it's going to be a case of all guns blazing. Try and get as many trophies as possible.
Yeah, I look, joking aside and banter aside, I pretty much agree with everything you said there. It's true. Last season was a pass. He gets it. And you have to put context in it. He gets a pass because of the drama around the ownership and everything, even though at the start of the season, YOUNES and many other Chelsea fans, and there's no dig at them, it is what it is. Again, it's the hype of the fan. You make those signings on the back of, and you expect to challenge for the title. It backfired. It blew up in their face. They reached 2 domestic finals. Of course, we won it on penalty shootout, so it could have gone either way. This season, this summer, me, first and foremost, I speak for myself, thought the new owner's not going to come in and do this kind of madness. But he has credit to him. Now, whether this is laying the foundations, like YOUNES says, for an assault on the title, etc., for seasons to come, only time will tell. He does seem to be buying for the now rather than for the future. I know he's bought in the likes of, who's that youngster that you bought from Villa?
Chukwuemeka.
Yeah, the guy that's going to end up at Vitesse Arnhem. I know you bought. I know he's bought in like a couple of youngsters, but majority they've been signings for now. Koulibaly, Sterling, Aubameyang's on his way as well. These are for now. Yep. So only time will tell if they're ready by next season. But I'm with Hughie as well. There should be an element of pressure on him this season, because these are not. You're not buying players that that are sort of inexperienced, haven't been around. These guys are pros of the highest level. Koulibaly, Sterling, Fofana, even if he comes. Even Fofana's experienced, like in the Premier League now, you know. And obviously Aubameyang, the cherry on the cake, so to speak. You know, he's been in the Premier League for ages. I actually think Aubameyang will be such a smart buy. I genuinely believe that. I actually believe Aubameyang will in my opinion, if he comes, will be the best buy out of the batch. I genuinely believe that. That's just my opinion. He's going straight into my FPL team to prove it.
Wow.
That's fair. That's fair. I also want to say, because I think whether people realize it or not, it's almost like with Chelsea, there's two windows going on. Like, we've got the players that you've all mentioned, your Koulibalys and your Sterling, Cucurella, these guys who are established, you know, Premier League proven, or, you know, come from top leagues. But we're also going down this route of acquiring loads of 18, 19-year-olds, Chukwuemeka, Hutchinson from Arsenal.
But Younes, you got history of this, Younes. You always do this, though. And you got a brilliant academy.
Oh no, absolutely. But it's rare to do both at the exact same time. And it's not a case of just trying to pluck out players from the academy. It's a case of trying to pluck out the talents from across the place and then bringing them to us. Chukwuemeka, for example, isn't going anywhere, which is quite shocking. Apparently, he's going to be the part of the first team squad. So it's interesting to see how this is going to turn out in like 3 or 4 or 5 seasons from now.
He's class though. That Carney, he's whenever I watched him, he's quality. I didn't realize you lot were actually going to give him game time this season, so I'm actually interested to see how that one pans out.
Me too. Yeah.
He probably play cup games. I can't see him trusting him in the league game. I doubt if he has even more than 3 starts in the Premier League. But cup games, yeah, I can imagine him being like sort of groomed for the next season or seasons to come, because he is a fantastic player. But it's intriguing.
I agree.
You're on mute, bro.
I don't even know that. Sorry. What are you going for, Younes? Ellen Road prediction.
Tough game, this, you know. Tough game, man.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, there's history there.
Hey, leads the way.
It shouldn't be. Well, yeah, on paper, it shouldn't be that hard. I think with history, Leeds, Chelsea, has a lot there. So I think it's the rivalry, even though, you know, I think the clubs are in different stratospheres. But it should be a Chelsea win. Considering the way that we played against Spurs, if we bring that intensity, we bring that fluidity, I think we should do them over quite easily. My concern is how sometimes we go hot and cold. And I hope we don't go cold. Because against Tottenham, that was quite hot and that felt quite good. I'm going with... I'm going Leeds 0, Chelsea 2.
2-0. Like I said, people, Matisse, you'll get that prediction tomorrow on the social channels, Instagram and Twitter. I'm going 3-1 Chelsea. You?
2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. SAEED?
Yeah, I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 Chelsea. But, yeah, like I said, they got Rodrigo on form. Leeds have been play well this season, man. But, yeah, 2-1. 2-1 Chelsea, narrow win.
2-1. GRIZZ?
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0?
2-0
TOBS?
I'm going to go 3-2 Chelsea.
3-2. Matisse will get his in tomorrow. Cool. Next one on the list. Let me have a look. Newcastle, Man City. Hugh.
Yeah, listen, we're on a good run right now. We're looking good.
Actually, sorry, Hugh. Let me get the super chats in for the Man United. I mean, the Chelsea one that we just did just now. Apologies. Salman says, don't forget to add your predictions on the website, everyone. The Big Six leaderboard already far behind the global. You need to catch up. I need to check if there's any cheating going on. That's what I need to check, Salman. You need to check for me, my guy, because I don't know how people have got like 4 or 5 correct scores already. It's all mad. But yeah, big up the website and big up everyone that's subscribed. Younes, after Oba, are we going back for CR7? We need to save CR7 from United. And a Fofana update. Quickly on that one, Younes.
Well, with Fofana, Brendan Rodgers says that he's not handing a transfer request. He clearly has. It's going to happen. It's just a case of them accepting the money. So, yeah, matter of time. With Ronaldo, yeah, if we get Aubameyang, that's off completely. If we don't get Aubameyang, I've said this quite some time ago. I think if it came to it and we need someone desperately, we'll get Ronaldo. I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll get Aubameyang, I think.
What's the fee now for Fofana?
I think they want close to 85 million. And we're trying to table 77, I think is going to be the next bid with a good structure.
Both will happen. Both will happen. Fofana and Aubameyang done.
Yeah.
I think that one, listen, it's crazy money, but
Crazy.
Fofana's cold.
10 years out.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, SAEED, before.
Yeah.
Martinelli barbecued him nicely.
It's crazy money, but I feel like Fofana, based off what I've seen from him for Leicester, he can go on to justify that fee for Chelsea long term. And I feel like he will slot straight into that team. So if they really want him, that's what you want your club to do, right? I know obviously they're going to overpay, but if you really think that player is levels, then just pay what it's going to take, innit?
That's it. Apparently, personal terms are 6-year deal with an option of a 7th. So
yeah.
Okay. Chelsea are having a really mad transfer window.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't expect it, I'll be honest with you.
Say again?
I said I didn't expect it when you were in kind of free fall and you didn't really have a director of football and whatnot. So it's only fair play though. He's put his money where his mouth is. So
yeah. G added the same super chat in, but added from the Titanic United. That guy went crying last game. I think he's talking about SAEED. There to go. I says, big up everyone and congrats on the huge numbers last stream. You guys are doing big things. We did break records on the last stream for our Big Six show, but the numbers are always humbling people because it's mad. A year and a half we've been going. This is our second full season and the love is mad. We're going to continue building together. We're going to add more to it. Look out throughout this season. This channel, the official channel, each individual channel from HUGH, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, THUGGERY, YOUNES, Cams, Fuad, Alex, everyone else that comes on. Big things are coming, people. So love for the love. And Jason says, I think Oba would be a good fit for Chelsea. I agree with Turkish. We got Jesus now, so I'm not really concerned with that deal happening. And Jaden said Chelsea played their best football in 6 months to tie to a Spurs side that played extremely poor. We are moving on from that. I see
Somebody
said it. Face.
Somebody said it. I don't know who did, but I agree with that man.
It was Jaden, if you want to know.
Anyone got long hair? Just saying.
I said this to Matisse Younes. My centre back has still got your left back's hairs in between his fingers. Snatch that wig off, man.
Has he got Anthony Taylor in between there as well?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Ask Anthony Taylor.
You check the Mike Dean and VAR as well if they're there too.
Yeah, you lot got done dirty, man.
Yeah, might as well add this one in while we're here. Mike Dean admitted he was wrong on Romero. Thoughts? Listen, being wrong after the fact doesn't really help football clubs, does it? So
it makes it worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuck to his guns as far as I'm concerned.
But he's only confirming what everyone knew, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Apologies, Hugh, for having to cut you short, but yeah, over to you. Newcastle away.
Yeah, listen, what I was saying was there's a feel-good factor around the club right now. You know, we've just signed this left-back, Sergio Gomez. Would you believe it? Manchester City have actually signed a left-back. We feel like we have a fairly complete squad. There's enough depth in the key areas to compete on all fronts, really, and go into every single game believing we can win. Even though we were doing that most of the time, there's just a certain feel-good factor around it right now. We're in a good role right now. We beat West Ham. We brushed Bournemouth aside. I think did Newcastle get a draw last week with Brighton? Was it 0-0?
Yeah, 0-0.
Yeah, but listen, we still know that St. James's Park is a tough place to go, and they're a club that's obviously building for the future. They didn't have the transfer window they probably would have liked, but they'd absolutely love to make a statement against us. So we're going to have to go out and put in a good performance. Calvin Phillips is just back from injury. I'd love to see him get some game time. I'd love to see Julian Alvarez get some game time. I'd love to see Haaland get a goal. I just want to see an overall good performance. And I keep talking about it on every show now while we're winning. We just need to keep building momentum. Like I said, there's 4 or 5 very winnable fixtures. And this is possibly the hardest one before Spurs. I always have my doubts going to St. James's Park, but I'm still confident as always. I don't think this new left back will get some game time this weekend. I don't know who to expect in the starting 11, but I'm always confident going into these games.
Anyone think that Newcastle can throw a spanner in the works, or everyone expects
they'll Steve it.
Man City will get it done.
Yeah,
that's not general consensus every week. Go on, Younes.
Yeah, not yet. I think Newcastle's time, will come. It's inevitable at this point, I think, with the money that they have access to. But at the moment, I think it's a slow work in progress. Man City will probably have too much for them. So
I just want to see us put a run together. I mean, over the last couple of years, we tend to put a long run together, a winning streak in the middle of the season. But with this World Cup coming up in November, December, I'm glad to see us possibly putting a run together now. And it needs to continue at Newcastle, but it's a stumbling block possibly. So I do have my concerns. And there's always that typical City feeling that you could slip up anywhere, no matter how powerful or how strong rival fans seem to think we are. We always still feel we could lose a game, but I'm still confident. I'm still optimistic about it.
Do you still have any? Do you feel like you still have any weaknesses in your team that you're still a bit unsure of? You know what I mean?
If I'm being honest, no, I don't have any reason to feel unconfident in any of the players. I think everybody's played to such a high standard for so long now. I mean, the small one, if I'm being hypercritical, is possibly Ederson sometimes with shot stopping, but you rarely see that because we have so much of the ball. If I'm being totally honest, I don't see any massive weaknesses. I mean, the left wing situation is Jack Grealish versus Phil Foden. I think Grealish doesn't work as well with Riyad Mahrez. I know TOBS would love to hear that, some Grealish slander. But I don't know. I don't see any major weaknesses, which is why I feel very confident in the squad as a whole right now. I think we've got good depth in all the right areas.
Is this how good is this Sergio Gomez guy? Because I've never watched him play.
He was player of the year last year for Anderlecht at the age of 22, I want to say. And he was trusted by Vincent Kompany to play in that defense. If anybody's good enough to play under Vincent Kompany defense, I have full trust in them. So it's just great to see a left back, a traditional left back. As you know, Cancelo's not a left back. He's done a great job there. It's just great to see we have that option now, but he's also very attacking as well. So it'll be interesting to see what he can offer on a more defensive side.
Hit us with your prediction, Hugh.
I'm going to say 3-1. 3-1 City.
3-1. SAEED?
I'm going to go 2-0 City.
2-0. Big up Carl. He says, big up the Big Six show. Just wanted to show some love. Hope you're good, my guy. GRIZZ?
3-0 City.
3-0 City. TOBS?
3-1 Man City.
3-1. Younes?
I'll go 2-1 City.
2-1, yeah. Cool. And I'm
Guys,
going...
Casemiro basically going to be announced in the next couple of days, apparently. All reliable journalists. Wow.
Yeah,
oh, there you go.
Money talks, man. Money talks.
Mad money talks, bro.
Panic stations.
I've gone 3-1, by the way, just in case you didn't hear that. 3-1. So that's all of them. Bar Matisse is in.
Imagine my shock. You went 3-1.
Imagine. One of them have to bust, and then I might start changing it up. Not one's banged yet. It's so mad, but yeah, we'll move. Nikhil says, news just come in. United make 80 million bid for Anthony and David Ornstein. We did discuss that. You might be a bit earlier in the show, so we will get onto that, but love for the super chat. And Brandon says, speaking of Newcastle, they seem to be doing it the right way. When they eventually reach where they're going, do you think they will be labelled like City? Still very, very early to say they're doing it the right way. I am surprised it didn't really go all in this summer straight off. But who's to say they won't do it next summer or January? I'm not sure. Maybe they're just trying to get the team above, right? And then they'll go in, which is a smart thing to do. Any thoughts on that, anyone here?
I think it's a question that no one can answer. Like,
it's too early.
Yeah.
Too early. And Philippe, a Newcastle fan, big up the Big Six, best show in the world. What are the plans for the World Cup? We need another fantasy episode. The fantasy episode for the Euros was hilarious. We'll do the same thing for the World Cup and we'll add some more elements to it. Obviously, this show will keep running and on the official channel, you'll get some bits as well. But yeah, Philippe, you've been here from the beginning as well. So love for the love as always. And look out for new shows coming on the official channel. Philippe, I said I'm going to shout you and I still am. I got your DM in the back pocket, so I'll shout you when it's in due time.
Before we move on, I just wanted to ask you a question on Bernardo. Obviously, the Barcelona move isn't happening now. I saw a report saying that now he's done a U-turn. He's happy. He wants to stay at Man City. He's committed. But then you see some news yesterday, about PSG, about how PSG are interested in Bernardo. So what is actually happening with Bernardo? Like, is he staying? Is he going this summer?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. I'm asking you.
Oh, sorry, you said Turkish. I thought
Yeah,
you
he
were
said,
asking.
yeah,
Sorry,
that's-
my bad,
what's
my bad.
Ronaldo got to do with me?
Sorry. My bad. I meant you. Come on. Sorry.
Oh, look, the Bernardo saga has been a bit of a pain in the arse all summer. It's that journalist in Spain has been doing my head in, Gerard Romero, who says things are happening. Things are happening. Shut up, man. Nothing's happening.
He's a fraud.
Nothing's happening. He says fucking flights from Paris airport to Barcelona airport. My shock.
What
International airports have flights going through them. I don't care, man. He also said earlier on the summer, Bernardo Silva is looking for a property in Spain. No, he wasn't. Apparently, that it just wasn't true. Now it's the latest report says he's looking at a new house in Manchester. It's been common knowledge for a long time that Bernardo Silva and possibly his girlfriend too weren't happy with living in England. Nothing against the club, nothing against the fans, just living in England. They're Mediterranean people. They probably prefer the climate in Portugal and Spain. And then Gerard Romero, the PR machine for Barcelona, has been banging the drum that he's coming there all summer. But City kind of shut it down rapidly this week. They said, we don't want to let him go. He's not putting pressure on the club to leave. The only way we would see him leaving is through an extortionate offer. And I think it's something like 80 to 100 million is what City will be looking for. I mean, he's still contracted until 2025. We're not going to let one of the best midfielders leave for a bum price when they're contracted for another 3 years. With PSG, apparently they came in with some sort of an offer, which City shut down rapid. I'm very optimistic. I felt ominous about it the other day because when I was at Manchester Airport coming back from the Bournemouth game, Bernardo, Rodri, and Cancelo were all there. And one of the security guards in the airport comes up to me and he goes, "Oh, you've just missed Bernardo. You've just missed Bernardo. He's about to board a private flight to Barcelona." And I went, "Oh, fuck, he's off now. He's off." But now he's looking for a new gaff in Manchester. Why does he want a new gaff in Stockport or somewhere if he's moving to Barcelona? I don't
Property prices, brother. Property prices, man. It's the game, brother. It's the brain. But jokes aside, yeah, it was a very, very. I just couldn't see it happening so late in the window. Bernardo Silva is so key to the way Pep operates, and especially his midfield.
Yeah,
it was always a long shot that, you know, obviously every other club's fan base, you know, was hoping and praying that it's true, but yeah, I can't see that happening now. Right now, no chance.
Yeah, that'd be a huge loss. Now we've got all the predictions in, and Justin Matisse has sent his predictions. So let me just run through the ones we've done. Matisse has predicted Newcastle 2, Man City 2. He is out. He is out tonight. So I don't know if he's got alcohol.
Yeah.
He had a few drinks, man. He's drank too much.
He's gone Newcastle 2, Man City 2. He's gone Leeds 0, Chelsea 2, and he's gone United 0, Liverpool 2. So I'll get into the other two when we get into them. Tobes, Tottenham Wolves kicking off the weekend, 12:30 kickoff Saturday. What are you expecting? What's your prediction?
I'm expecting a tough game. We actually have quite a poor record against Wolves at our ground. I think we've only won once against them. The other times we've lost. So I think it's 4 times since they've been promoted. They've played there. 3 times they've beaten us. 1 time we've beaten them. So it's going to be a difficult match. And I think they're going to be buoyed by the fact that they've obviously got the new signings in. I expect GRIZZ to feature, if not from the off, but from the bench. And I don't know about Matthias Nunes, but I expect him to play. So or if he has been registered, I expect him to feature, whether it's off the bench or just thrown straight in, considering Gibbs White is obviously off to Nottingham Forest. So it's not going to be an easy game for us, man. It's not going to be an easy game, but I feel like revenge is on the cards, man. Like, revenge has to be on the cards for us. We got an embarrassing defeat last season, and we need to rectify that. I think as long as we have that defeat in our heads positively, i.e. don't make the mistakes that you made last season, I think we'll win. Because as decent as Wolves were, we shot ourselves in the foot, man. And I think if we don't make those errors, it's a very different game last season. So yeah, I feel like Romero, we got to get the job done, and I'm backing us to win, man.
You know what? Just like, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's of equal importance as the Spurs game last week, Toby, but I think it's quite significant, this game, because you're right. This was one of those games last season where everyone expected Spurs to beat them, right? And these are the kind of games that you messed up last season. Surely these are the games that you're going to want to see, as you said, like just efficiency, like nothing flash, nothing. I think this is equally as significant as the Chelsea game.
I think
Romero out?
Go on. Yeah, he is. He's injured, but it's not a big one. It's not a big one. And to be honest, we don't actually need Romero to beat Wolves. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
Isn't it 3-4 weeks, or am I mistaken?
It's not like it was initially reported as 3-4 weeks, but even a source close to the players even come out and said like it's not that serious. And even Conte in his press conference said today, like, Romero actually said he was available. He made himself available for Wolves, but obviously we didn't feel like it was worth the risk. We just rest him, and then he'll be back hopefully next week, man. I don't think we need Romero to beat Wolves. And if you're telling me that we need our best centre back to beat Wolves, then, bro, what does that say about,
man?
What does that say about our aspirations for the campaign? No offense to Wolves, but like, they're not creme de la creme. Like, we should be able to beat Wolves at home. So Romero, no Romero. I think we need to get this job done. And I don't know whether he's going to switch to a back three or keep it as a back four, because he's been playing a back four, I think, for most of the preseason, and he's started the season playing a back four. So I feel like last season, where it was quite hard for us to break them down when they went 2-0 up, I feel like maybe there's changing shape might make it a more open game for us. And we all know what happens. If you give us space, then, boy, you're going to get punished.
Anyone predicting an upset? Think Wolves can get something out of the game?
Nah.
Wolves are toothless, man. No striker, man. They keep flooding midfield, but they need attackers, man. I know they bought in that kid. What's his name?
Guedes,
yeah, that might help, but they need an out-and-out number 9. I know Fingy's had, obviously issues and whatnot, Jimenez, but I think Wolves, like this, how many goals have they scored this season? Like, they've not picked up any points, only 1 point.
They've only scored once this season.
Sorry?
Yeah.
They've only scored once this season.
That's what I'm saying, man. Even last season, if you look at their goals, I think only 2 or 3 scored more goals. You know what I mean? Scored less goals than Wolves. So I think overall they're not firing up top. I said now Neto's back, it might change.
They're looking for a striker.
I think they'll make life very difficult. Spurs personally. I think they're going to make it.
That's
very,
all they
very
do,
difficult. But that's what's wrong with that. Wouldn't you like to make life difficult for us on Monday?
No, but in different context.
You know what I mean?
I think Wolves just need to. I don't know, man.
Spurs break through though eventually. Though I think the
No,
quality.
yeah.
Conte won't be there, will he? Is he banned?
I don't think he is, because he's talking. I literally read his press conference before the stream, and the stuff he was saying. I think he expects to be on the touchline, so I don't think he actually is going to be banned from.
He got sent off, though, didn't he? Because him and Tuchel, I think, both got the red card. Tuchel's missing Leeds, that's for sure.
Is he? Is that confirmed?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me that before, man? My prediction,
man.
Eunice, man. This is like you're not allowed to do these ones, man. You got to tell me all the information beforehand.
It doesn't even matter if Conte's in the.
Of course, it matters, man.
I was gonna say, does it make a difference?
Yes, man. Come on, guys. We've all played the game, man. At Sunday League level. When the manager's not there, man, come on. We do what we want.
Nah, man. Nah, I'm not having it.
We'll still be with them up until the team bus parks outside the ground.
Yeah, bro.
You lot are mad if you think a coach, especially of the levels of Tuchel and Conte, that are in-game managers, top of the range in-game managers, right? Don't have an influence, and it does make no difference.
I didn't say they don't have an influence in the game. I'm saying him missing.
So they don't make no difference. That's what you said.
I'm saying him missing this one game will not make that much of a difference to the result, man. I don't think it will. I think we know what tactics we want to play. He's been with the players throughout the week, working on them on the training ground. So we know what we need to do in the game.
Talk soon.
And you say talk soon. Ryan Mason coached us when Ryan Mason was boss. We actually smacked up Wolves 3-0. So, boy, I don't even like mates Mason.
No problem.
But hey,
No problem.
I agree with GRIZZ. I think Antonio Conte is the most important person in that dressing room. Obviously, he's not on the pitch, but he's the most important person in that dressing room. With him not being there, that's a massive loss. And GRIZZ highlighted
for one game.
Those in-game decisions, those split-second in-game decisions, he won't be there to
Bro,
make.
we went to Chelsea last season. We went to
Exaggerating.
Chelsea last season and fluked into a 2-0 lead, right? Without Jurgen Klopp. We fluked into a 2-0 lead against them. You're trying to tell me Jurgen Klopp there, we would have surrendered a 2-0 lead to Chelsea with Jurgen Klopp on the sideline?
why not?
I don't think so.
Why
I mean,
not?
I can't prove it. I can prove it.
You ain't won there. You ain't won at Stamford. You ain't won at Stamford Bridge in like 6 years. I can
Wrong.
prove it.
Wrong.
What do
Eunice will
mean
tell
you're
you
wrong?
otherwise.
When was the last time you won at Stamford Bridge?
In the league title winning season, when what's his name scored,
Did
Mane
you?
scored a diving header. Yeah, man, come on, man. You're
Oh,
talking.
sorry, 1 win in 6 years.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry. Now is it?
1 win in 6 years. My bad.
No, my bad. No, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow, I was so far off.
I'm
I was
bad.
so far off.
I'm
Give me
sorry.
the other win in the last 6 years.
I'm sorry. I can't. I'm not a statistician.
Well, you just
Stato.
remember
I'm not a
that.
stato. Yeah, I remember that because I was so wrong from you.
Give me the other. Give me
It was
the
an
other.
obvious, glaring error.
Give me the other win.
I said I'm not a stato. People, let me know, man. 3 wins. There you go. 2 in 6. 3 wins in 6. People are saying.
I think you and Hugh are making a way bigger deal with this Conte thing. Like, from what
Are you talking? Are you talking? You've been only talking about your coach for the last since he's been there, and you're making it now. We're overplaying it when you've said the Conte effect is the difference between you not finishing top 4 and guaranteed to finish
for the
top
season, GRIZZ. I'm talking about one game. You know, we don't even have to debate this. Let me just give my prediction, Turkish.
4. Yeah, I want to hear it.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, can I give my prediction?
Yeah, go on.
2-0 to Spurs.
Pussy.
2-0 Spurs. Matisse has gone 3-1 Spurs. Eunice, what do you think?
I'm going 2-0 Spurs as well.
Same as Tobes. I'm going 3-1. Same as Matisse. Hugh?
1-0 Spurs.
Why 1-0 Spurs? I thought Conte.
Because Antonio Conte's not there. I don't feel as confident.
Yeah, so surely you would go for a draw or loss to Spurs.
No, I still think you've got enough to do it. Just not really convincing.
You better predict us to draw or lose this game.
No.
Why
no?
Stop trying to do me on me.
You see how
I
crazy
know
that
me.
is?
I
You see
know
how
these
crazy
games.
you are? Then, you know what? Okay, cool.
Shut up, man.
I agree with Huey. I agree with Huey.
You lot are cheeky, very cheeky.
1-0. Otherwise, it would have been 3-0 if Conte was there.
Facts.
Yeah,
SAEED.
check it, SAEED.
I'm gonna go 3-1.
3-1. GRIZZ?
This guy.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
You got pressure. Yeah.
Wow.
You're just saying that just because. Oh my God. Just give you a prediction, GRIZZ, man.
Yes.
I'll give my prediction.
That's locked in, Turkish, yeah?
You think I'm a lightweight? You think I'm a lightweight?
You want to lose the league, yeah?
No, no, it's not about losing the league, man. Wolves are going to make it hard for Spurs. I'm telling you now.
There you go. They're all in. Cool. Super chat here. JML says FFP have restricted Newcastle from going hard this summer. And G's asking Eunice, are we getting a backup if ZH goes?
God knows at this rate. I don't know. I've not heard about any other right winger, right-sided player, except for Anthony Gordon. That's about it.
Cool. There's still 6.6k in the building. We've passed 2,000 likes already, so just get it up if you haven't hit the like button already. Show Eunice some love on his debut. He's doing big things over on his channel, but make sure you show him the impact of Big Six. Get his subscribers up tonight, as well as Hugh on the road to 5k. Like I said, by the end of the year, I want to see Hugh on 5k. SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, THUGGERY, this channel. Just subscribe, people, and hit the like button. FM London, the sponsor, 10% off. We're touching an hour and a half, so we're going to run through the Arsenal fixture real quick. Like I said, I want to move in silence. And the other night, we went past midnight. So, you know, considering the lads and the timing and all that, I want to make this a short one. Tob, why are you shaking your head?
This move in silence thing, like you keep mentioning it as if anyone's going to take it on board. Nobody's taking you in with this move.
Cool. Cool. Last year sitting on the fence, and now it's this. You're not accepting this. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, I like this. Don't worry, Turkish, man. I like this. Don't worry.
Don't worry, man. Tobes doesn't like anything, so it's cool. We don't need to
Right.
please
I don't like it.
We don't need to please Tobes.
You're right.
Listen, it's Bournemouth. It's last in terms of thoughts and predictions because it's Bournemouth. Last week when City played Bournemouth, we went to Hugh last to predict and talk about it. It should be a win. It should be 3 points. You know, we started the season well. When you look at our first 5 fixtures, Palace away and Leicester at home are probably the two that you looked at and said, yeah, these might be sticky ones. But we passed the tests, you know, with flying colours on both fronts. It could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse too. Let's get the job done. Bournemouth, I'm saying 3-1 Arsenal. Hugh?
Yeah, it's just about continuing momentum for Arsenal and keep building on what they already have so far. 3-0 Arsenal.
3-0. SAEED?
3-1.
3-1. GRIZZ?
2-0 Arsenal.
2-0. TOBS.
2-0 as well. I think you get your first clean sheet. Second clean sheet of the season. Sorry.
Get it right. Matisse predicted.
Yeah.
Matisse predicted.
You got bite back, yeah. All right, cool.
Suppose you don't like that either, man. It's what it is.
I don't like it. Yeah, you're right.
Matisse went 2-1 Arsenal. Someone's asked me what he predicted for Tottenham. I think I did say it, but he predicted Tottenham 3, Wolves 1, and he's predicted Arsenal 2, Bournemouth 1. Last but not least, Eunice, what do you think for the Bournemouth Arsenal game?
I'm going 3-0 Arsenal as well. And fair play to Arsenal on the way they've been playing. I didn't expect it. Can they keep it up? We'll see. But it's looking good. It's looking good, I have to say. So I'm going 3-0.
3-0. Yeah. All right, cool. All predicted wins there. All the predictions are in. All right, people, we're going to call it a night here. Touched an hour and a half. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the Mandem. I've said it how many times? Just get it done, people. And also show some love to the sponsor. We are back Monday, 10:30 p.m. It's another late one because United play Liverpool on Monday night, but we are live on Monday night too. So come in 10:30. The last one was a record breaker. Let's see if we can touch those levels again on Monday. It is what it is. If not, love for the love as always, people. Tune in Monday. We're out. Peace.